Keeping it real, bro.
Keeping it real.
Skank you up now. I've got no idea what that means, Nick. I just love saying
Just
it.
go with the urban vibe. That's
What is the turban vibe? You can't say shit like that to me, blood. That's racist.
Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Fiona tells intimate stories about her life,
yes,
which are completely true. Would you ever lay your soul bare like that on stage? I couldn't do that.
No, I think actually there is great humour and honesty, and I think people are less interested in the observational comic for sure. I know you made a gag about it at the top, but I think people, particularly now when we don't seem to know what the truth is anymore, people are much more interested in people's personal experiences. I did my first show here, was called The Nearly Naked Chef, which I'm still touring around the country 2 years on, which is personal stories. But I'm not really a stand-up, as you've seen, and I'm much more interested in kind of other people's stories than mine. And cooking's a big thing for me, and it's lovely when people come and leave with that, a wee bit more knowledge of food and a wee bit more in-depth thing about guests. Because so many of the chat shows and the radio shows are built around the PR machine.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice not to have people on the show that are there just to publicise their events, but even if they are, to hear a different side of what they do,
Totally. We've got questions coming in. Keep them coming on live chat, guys. Thank you so much. This is from Gazaki, who wants to know, you're talking about your other shows, will you ever resurrect your show with Les Ross?
Do you know about this?
Tell everybody.
I was interviewed, when you're doing a load of radio interviews for, it was my book at the time, you do 20 radio interviews at win one hit. So I'm down the line in London. And poor Les Ross, bless him, he wasn't well. I think he actually had serious mental issues. He had a bit of a breakdown. And it was just the most Alan Partridge interview I've ever taken part in. It was just... My book was about travelling across India, cooking British food for the Indians, since Indian food's done so well here. And he asked me if it was about partition and genocide. And in many ways, it wasn't. So, no, it was unfortunate, and it wasn't a pleasant interview, and he hadn't done his research. That's one thing. But he had such an illustrious career, 20 years. He'd won a Sony Gold twice, and I felt quite upset that in many ways he will be remembered outside the West Midlands, where he's a legend. That's what he'll be remembered for. And it does seem a bit unfair, but, I hope he's better. I know he's no longer working at the BBC.
Yeah.
But frankly, that can be a good thing as well.